revenge night for the Colorado Avalanche and a rematch from last week's game against the Edmonton Oilers. The Avs go for their fourth win in a row, while the Oilers try to make it 3 consecutive in the victory column. From lower downtown Denver, it's Colorado against Edmonton. And good evening, I'm Mike Haynes along with Peter McNabb. And Peter, the Avalanche, you know, right now, winning at 4 in a row. That's what they're trying to do. And you're getting it done with a punch right down the middle with the two centermen, O'Reilly and Duchene.
Yeah, it's always so much fun to watch these two guys when they're playing well. Very different types of hockey players. But when you're looking at Ryan O'Reilly, you're seeing a guy emerge. Now, the one thing that I don't think people understand, this is a big guy. He's 6'1", 210, 212, and he can dominate physically. His skating has just been, so quick over the course of the last 20 games. He was the 3rd star in the National Hockey League this last week, a goal and 7 assists. He's setting up his line mates, doing everything the Avalanche would want. And now you have Matt Duchene. On the road trip, it was O'Reilly's line. Last game, it was Matt Duchene with Mitchell and Iginla that really were the dynamic force for the Avalanche. And again, he is quick, fast. He moves the puck so well. He can just, he can blow right by you. So you got 2 different styles, but 2 really big, solid center icemen for the Colorado Avalanche.
Been a long, dismal year for the Edmonton Oilers, but of late they've picked up points in 6 of the last 7. They've won 3 of the last 4 games. And you look at 2 of their young players, Taylor Hall, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, you feel maybe the future is bright for this Edmonton team.
Yeah, there's no question, especially up front for this Edmonton club. They have some terrific players. When you're looking at Taylor Hall, he's big, he's fast. I just love the stat that in the last 2 years, there are only 5 players in the National Hockey League that have been the top 10 scorers in each of the last 2 years, and Taylor Hall is one of them. He is a big left winger with a big shot, but he sees the ice really well. 53 assists last year for the Edmonton Oilers. He's been hurt, but he is back. And then Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is the guy that was drafted right before Gabe Landeskog. What is he? He is your franchise center iceman. He is 55 points so far this season, and Mike, he is just going to get better. His career took a little bit of time to get going, but it's in full flight right now. And the future for both of these guys, very bright. And that's why the Edmonton Oilers are looking to the future with such optimism.
7 games left in the regular season for the Colorado Avalanche. They continue to try to put wins together. They'll do it against a team that last week they fell short against, losing in Edmonton. Some revenge on the mind of the Colorado Avalanche as they look to continue their push towards the playoffs. And tonight at Pepsi Center.
Oilers in just a minute. Kyle Keefe in the Altitude Studios. You know, the NHL took notice of Ryan O'Reilly. He had a pretty good week. Named him the 3rd star of the week, in fact. Led the NHL with 7 assists, 8 points. Not bad. Earlier, Mike Haynes caught up with him.
All right, thank you very much, Kyle. Well, Ryan, first of all, congratulations on being one of the NHL 3 stars of the week, and certainly you did it with a number of assists, 7 of them during those games. What's the difference from last year? 28 goals led the team. You're leading the team in assists. Different satisfaction in those categories for you?
One thing anytime you just put up points is always a good thing, and I'm very fortunate to be able to play with Landy and Tanguay. They've produced so much this year, and just getting on a line with them over this last month, we just really wasn't, and just move our feet, and we're finding ways to get goals and stuff. It's nice.
The obvious thing is you want to get off to a better start against Edmonton than you did last week. What else do you need to do well tonight?
I think we got to stay to the box, and like a really good power play, and they give their top players confidence with the puck. They're going to start to feel it. They're going to be making plays. We got to make sure we stay to the box, keep them away from that, and get going.
All right. Congratulations again on the honor. Have a good game tonight.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Okay. Back to you now, Kyle.
All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching this Avalanche game break. It's a big one tonight down at Pepsi Center, and the rest of the league, come on, pick it up. It's the Avs and Oilers next on Altitude.
Denver, Colorado. Tonight, the Avalanche welcome in the Edmonton Oilers. And now we'll take a look at our Ford starting lineup, and we'll begin with the starting goaltenders.
And Michael, when you're hot, you're hot. Richard Bachman, last game against his former club, the Dallas Stars, threw a 4-0 shutout. He was very good against the Stars, a good scoring club, so he's back in nets for Edmonton. At the other end, Semyon Varlamov, hoping to keep things going for the Avalanche. Keep everything, just keep it all wins and positive.
Just a side note on Richard Bachman, grew up in Highlands Ranch, has a lot of family and friends here at the game here tonight. Now, he was playing for something The other night, his former team, he shut them out. Dallas. Well, tonight, he's got family and friends watching this game here.
Absolutely, and I think this is a great move by the coaching staff. You know that his family's there. You get an opportunity to play in front of them. The season has not gone the way you want, but that's how teams come together. It's great for the coaching staff.
What's also interesting tonight is the backup, Ben Scrivens. He lives in Denver in the off-season. He's got family. He and his wife have family all over the country that thought, well, Denver's a nice central place. We'll just park it right here. We can visit everybody during the summertime. So some nice Denver Littleton connections for the two goaltenders for Edmonton here tonight.
And after a day like we had today here in Denver, you can see why he chose it.
Absolutely. Gorgeous day. You wouldn't call it hockey weather, but you get a little taste of that playoff weather, sort of, if you will.
Well, for Patrick Waugh, he has already sort of stated how it's going to go for his hockey club. It'll be Semyon Varlamov tonight. The Avalanche will have a day off. They travel tomorrow to San Jose. And Reto Berra in nets for the Colorado Avalanche in that game in San Jose.
Oilers win the draw. Shot by Klefbom. Gets blocked in front of the net. And that was Ryan O'Reilly getting in the way. Sends the puck ahead and out towards center ice. Cutting back behind his own net. Nail Yakupov makes the pass. And Schultz. Pass goes across the rink. Purcell carries in, makes a nice pass. He shoots, and the save made by Varlamov. The loose puck right there in the slot. Oilers didn't see it. Avs got it and carried to center ice by Matt Duchene. Coming off a terrific performance with 3 points in the last game for the Avalanche. He was good. Jarome Iginla, he had a 3-point night as well. As that line of Duchene, Mitchell, Iginla were terrific all night. The Keaton's pass up the wing is stolen away by Duchene. Makes the pass for Mitchell. Iginla teed it up. He shoots, and the save made by Bachman. And that's what that line can do for you there.
Absolutely. Let's go back to the other end and look at Edmonton's first opportunity. One of the things the Avalanche want to stay away from was letting the Edmonton Oilers. They got a quick 3-0 lead in the last game. The Avalanche actually came back in that game and tied it at 3 before losing it on a power play goal. But Mike, the Avalanche, especially the top two lines, really moving the puck around. You see again in that little sweet zone he likes to be in, and you feed it to him there.
There's a shot right off the face-off and juggled for a moment by Bachman. You saw the Avalanche starting to crash the net. They saw a loose puck, but Bachman's got it covered.
And certainly good news that Dennis Everberg back in the lineup for the Avalanche. He did not play in the third period. They're just making sure everything was all right. He's back in the lineup tonight.
Same lineup for Colorado. Pass in front, tipped by Everberg, but it goes wide of the net. Hall sends the puck to center. Hayda backing up into his own zone. Plays the puck off the boards, back into the Edmonton end. Taylor Hall sweeps the puck around, reaching for it. Brandon Davidson recently called up from the minors for the Edmonton Oilers and inserted into the lineup. They've had a few injuries lately. Center ice, Redmond makes the pass, blocked at the Oiler line, pushed across, and tipped back into the Oiler zone. Bachman out to handle the puck, makes a quick pass, and the puck shot out to center. Barry had it, stripped of the puck. Gazdic makes the pass through the middle. Keaton gives it back to him, and the long shot by Gazdic off the chest of Varlamov. The puck comes free. Pass back to the point, held in, tipped the net, save, rebound, and it's batted up in the air. And finally whacked to center ice by the Avalanche. Coming back for the puck, Frazier. He missed the last game against the Avalanche last week. Puts the puck behind the net. And we see Martin Marincin, who scored his first goal against the Avalanche last week. To Schultz. Pass through the middle. Carried in by Nugent-Hopkins. Dropped it. Shot made by Pouliot. And the rebound comes all the way out into the neutral zone. Chip back in.
Pouliot is on that left side with this line. It's not Taylor Hall. They're trying to get some balance in their scoring, and he's done a terrific job, Pouliot, this season. 17 goals. And then here's earlier just that little play in front of the net for the Colorado Avalanche. And one thing about the Edmonton Oilers, boy, I love the fact that, Mike, that they're 4-1-2 in their last 7. They haven't just mailed it in, and because they're going to be a big factor, certainly in this game tonight for the Avalanche. But then inside the Pacific Division, they've got a lot. All their games are inside the Pacific Division against clubs still fighting for playoff positioning.
Pass out to center. They had a stretch, Peter, where they had 3 consecutive #1 overall picks. Can you imagine if they come up in the lottery overall pick again this year? Everybody who's not going to be in the playoffs has got an opportunity. Of course, the percentage goes way down as you move through the 14 teams who will not be in the playoffs this season, and Edmonton already knows they are out of the playoff picture. And we got a nice call on the Colorado Avalanche here in this first period. No score.
No, Todd Nelson has done a real good job. Anytime, Mike, you have a coaching change, there is upheaval inside the locker room. You know, where do you fit now with the new coach? He came up from Oklahoma City, their farm club. It really has done a terrific job of quieting things down in around the Edmonton Oilers. You and I have been there for years now. It's a, you know, there's a lot of conversation in Edmonton about the Oilers, and he has really gotten to talk about the positive things this club has done.
He's listed as an interim coach, Peter, but well, there's some talk with the way they're playing that hey, this is the guy that you want to go with and make a permanent coach.
Yeah, he's had terrific, you know, numbers wherever he has gone.
Another icing call on the Avalanche.
Well, 3 stars of the week around the National Hockey League, something that, you know, obviously every week they do. But Ryan O'Reilly, 3rd star, and Mike, what a week. In the 4 games the Avalanche had played, he had a goal, 7 assists. But Devan Dubnyk just continues to sparkle. I was looking, he's 4-0. He is 26-6-1 since the trade. And they're sitting right now in the pear tree as far as making the playoffs.
And you know what? I think if you look at all the teams, Peter, they make the playoffs, that might be the team you least want to play in the first round.
Absolutely, because they've had a little taste of it the last 2 years. The first year they got in the playoffs, Minnesota got knocked out the first round. Last year, well, obviously they got by the Avalanche in 7 games before. They really thought they were pushing Chicago to Game 7. They lost in overtime in Game 6 on a funny kind of goal. And now they feel they've got playoff caliber goaltending. So they're going to be interesting.
No score in this game. 15:50 to go, first period. 5 shots for the Oilers, 2 for the Avalanche. Paulie moves the puck to the side of the Colorado net. Paul steals it away for the Oilers. And Cleach got it back for the Avalanche. Finds Duchesne, tipped back behind the net. Taylor Hall swept it back up the boards. Shot by Olney. Boy, that rising shot went up high. Davidson holds it in for the Oilers. Hall in the corner. And he has had some big games against the Avalanche, including a hat trick last year against Colorado. He's had 22 points in 18 games. Pass the slot, score! How about that? Brandon Davidson just called up, and he gets his first point, and it's a goal. And the Edmonton Oilers lead the game 1-0.
And Mike, from where we sit, you could see that play developing. You saw the defenseman Davidson on the far side. He reads it perfectly. The Avalanche watching the puck. The puck goes down low, and Davidson beats his man to that scoring area. Beautiful pass, but good hard work. And if you're the coaching staff for the Edmonton Oilers, you like it. The kid comes in, gets his opportunity, and he buries it.
First ever NHL point.
Point, goal, you name it. First goal of the game. He filled in a lot of boxes with that first goal.
Here's the Jeep scoring summary. Brandon Davidson at 449 with his first ever NHL goal. In just his 6th NHL game. And the Oilers are up 1-0. John Hayden handles the puck for the Avalanche. Down the ice. The arm is up from the linesman. Lonnie Cameron, icing is the call.
Well, let's go to the last meeting between these 2 clubs. The Colorado Avalanche fell behind 3-0, but did a terrific job. Like we always talk about, shots on goal, shots at goal. The Avalanche had 77 of them, 44 on net. But it was a power play goal late in this game that gave the Edmonton Oilers the 4-3 win.
Chipped off the glass to center. And scooped up by Jordan Caron. Skates in, Blake Cameron trying to hang with him. And Gavlik sweeps away the puck. Makes the pass and caught a skate. Quickly set up ice for Hischick. Long shots, and Bachman does not allow a rebound after making the save. Let's look at tonight's winning combo presented by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, same offensive effort as they had against the Edmonton Oilers last game. They were just controlling the play, great passing, doing everything right, and control the top guns. The Edmonton Oilers have, much like the Avalanche, a group of young forwards, Mike, that can take over a game. And for Nugent Hopkins this year, this has been his best all-around season. Former #1 pick.
It was Nugent Hopkins, then Landeskog. One next thing you look at, Peter, you're oh so close to having just about identical points this season in terms of 22 goals for Landeskog, 23 for Nugent Hopkins, 33 assists for Landeskog, 32 for Nugent Hopkins, both with 55 points.
But they're completely different players. I mean,
Aren't they ever?
You know, one is a skilled, smooth, franchise #1 center. The other is a big, strong power forward, your #1 left winger.
Carried through center by the Avs, and there is Gabe Landeskog. Makes the pass to O'Reilly, cross ice, shot is chipped up in the air. Steal made back by Landeskog, trying to center. Comes straight, pushed up the boards, and just off the bench, Tyson Barrie keeps the puck inside the Oilers zone. Pass to O'Reilly. Here's what that line can get going. O'Reilly makes the pass. Mitchell in, shoots, and misses the net. Back up the boards. Now the Duchesne line out for the Avalanche. Centered in front for Mitchell, just tipped. Eberle, who had a goal against the Avs last week. Schultz with the puck for Edmonton. Purcell being hounded by Mitchell. Reaches the red line, dumped it in. Tipped away by Varlamov. Pushed up the boards. Well, he keeps it alive for Edmonton. And Gannon got it back. Pass back to Ollie. He shoots. That one to hit Tyson Barrie. And it cleared away by the Avalanche. Could be icing. The arm is up. There's the whistle. Icing indeed is the call.
And Michael, you talked about the odds of Edmonton. Right now, the Edmonton Oilers are sitting in they would have the 3rd pick right now. Interesting game, obviously, in Arizona tonight is Buffalo and Arizona. Their 1st and 2nd choice right now play. And if Arizona was to win that game, that would pretty much cement Buffalo having the 1st or 2nd pick. Boy, Buffalo didn't quit last game against the Avalanche.
I have to say, Peter, I was pretty impressed with that 3rd period from Buffalo.
The Avalanche, 4 games in 6 nights, and that you and I both know that's a long travel after the game through customs from Vancouver all the way back. You don't get home until 4 in the morning, but Buffalo really kept coming.
Davidson shot, and the save made by Varlamov. The puck comes free. This is the line that produced the goal earlier in this period. Eventually scored it, but this line, well, they're moving the puck around, and you know, this is, you talked about how they're trying to balance some things with Edmonton. Here's a chance, and a backhand drive down low by Lander goes wide, but Hall back on this line. You could say this is the 3rd line, if you will, but they're trying to make some balance out of their line to get more scoring rather than putting all of their big guys on one line.
Which they can certainly go back to in certain situations when you want to do it because it's been successful. But you're also looking forward to next year, different combinations. How does Pouliot play with Nugent Hopkins? Is he a good fit? And to this point, he's been a very good fit on that line.
Laurentian makes the pass over the line, dropped it. Fraser shoots, the save made by Varlamov. Gazdic pushes the puck around the boards. First to it, Holden makes the pass up the boards off of Caron. Got it out to center ice. Hamilton shoots it into the zone. Coming back to get it. Even to keep. This pass eludes Gazdic. And Fraser tipped it back and lifted ahead by Marincin. Out to the red line. Hishin scooped up the puck. Got Landeskog to his right, who's ready for the one-timer, but the shot dribbled off the blade of the stick and goes wide. Quick pass. Nugent Hopkins gets it from Pouliot. Skates through. He shoots, and it's a save made by Varlamov. The Edmonton Oilers have struck first. A goal. His first NHL point.
And welcome back to the Pepsi Center. The Oilers up over the Avs 1-0. Of course, Matt Duchesne had a 3-point night against Buffalo on Saturday night. I had a chance to talk to him this morning. He says his line of John Mitchell and Jerome Iginla They loved being able to contribute, especially they felt like on that last road trip against Edmonton and Calgary, they didn't do much to help. The team said it was very nice to see all that hard work pay off as that line scored 7 points on Saturday night, guys.
Thanks very much, Julie.
And the one thing about Mitchell, adding him to that left side, Mike, much more physical than I think people realize. So now you've got bookend. You got Iginla is about as physical as you want anybody to be. And then you've got Mitchell on the other side, which buys room for Duchesne.
Schultz shoots, tipped off the side of the net by Everly. And Nugent Hopkins trying to slip away from the check from Landeskog. Pass back to the point, lifted back to the corner for Pouliot. Gets away, hooks it off the boards for Nugent Hopkins. Stewart, though, catches up to it for the Avalanche. And Landeskog gets the loose puck. Pass to the corner for Nick Holden. 1-0 for Edmonton. Shot by O'Reilly, head high, caught by Bachman.
Yeah. And like anytime you're recognized around the National Hockey League, Mike, as a player that had the NHL considered the third best week in the league, when things are so important, and that's even a bigger honor because everybody, there are so many clubs, believe it or not, like there's only 6 clubs out of the playoff picture right now.
Duchesne with the puck, dancing in the corner. Marincin trying to stay with him. And Roy poked the puck free. Purcell threw it across. Quick pass out to center ice. Yakupov's pass broken up. Slapped by Mitchell back into the Edmonton zone. Marincin leaves it for Nikita. Nice little pass. And to Derek Roy, who had the game-winning goal for Edmonton last week. Down the ice into the Avs zone. Iginla. Pass to center ice. Brought in by Duchesne. Puts the brakes on. Pass down the slot. Just slipped away from Iginla. There's a chance in the save by Bachman. Picked up and carried out to center by Purcell. Yakupov to his right. Purcell pass in front. Nice save made by Varlamov.
That's an important save because right now, the Edmonton Oilers, I believe that's their 12th shot on net already.
12-5 advantage for the Oilers. Pass up ice for Everberg. Put it off the boards, give chase. Back behind the net, swung around. Hall makes the pass, but got away from Miller. Back to center. Avs have got it. Here's a chance for Cleese. He shoots, and Bachman makes the save. And we'll be back. Avalanche looking for that game-tying goal. Almost got it from John. Let's see a look at tonight's scores, light, cold, hard facts.
Including tonight. 13 days, 90 games remaining in the National Hockey League, Mike. 6 teams have been eliminated, 24 remain. But here's the one. Look at the bottom one, Mike. In the last 9 years, since the long lockout and the change in the point system, 17 teams with 90-plus points have missed the playoffs. Mike, there's going to be 6. If everyone just plays it out according to how they're playing, no one has to get better. 6 teams with 90 points will miss the playoffs this year. There's going to be, Mike, quite possibly 22 teams with 90-plus points this year in the National Hockey League.
Well, there's that. Whoa! That took a funny bounce out of the corner. Oilers have got the puck. Pass back towards Schultz. Shot, tipped wide. And the puck comes up the near side boards, lifted out to center by Everberg. Well, it just underlines the fact about parity in this National Hockey League. And also the system of awarding a point to a team that loses in overtime or shootout.
It's changed everything.
It really has, hasn't it?
It's changed everything in the sense of what is now really a good season.
How many points
is a good season? Is 90 points, that used to be what 80 points was, just because of, that extra point that you get as far as you're judging hockey clubs, because it just seems like an incredible number of teams. And again, it just shows you, like, you can't give up points. You can't go through 10-game stretches where you're not, you go 1-8-1. It's so hard to catch up.
And game wide fires, tip shot, score! Ryan O'Reilly!
And this game is tied up at 1 as O'Reilly continues his hot streak. That is now a career high 8 games in a row with a point, and he has just knotted up this game at 1.
Well, when you're watching this, watch the patience right here. Tanguay walks in, unloads, rebound, drive to the net. And again, you know, what O'Reilly does there, Mike, is it's so perfect. He goes to the outside, he drops the puck, and instead of just floating into the corner, what is he doing? He's driving to the front of the net. He gives him the puck, little backhand pass to Tanguay. Tanguay waits for a second, and then all of a sudden O'Reilly just drives and picks up the rebound.
That ties it up. We're even at 1.
Alex Tanguay and number 5, Nate Yevon.
Ryan O'Reilly, last week's NHL three stars, the third star of the week, and he just continues to roll along. Eberle, center ice for Edmonton. Onside, Nugent-Hopkins pass, deflects on goal, and Varlamov covers the puck with just over 6 minutes left to go in the first period.
Let's go back and have another look at this goal. And again, watch Ryan O'Reilly, number 9. He's going right to the middle of your screen right now. He gets the puck right here and dumps it back. Now watch him right there. And he just beats the man to the front of the net. He is, like, not only is he faster to the front of the net, he's stronger to the front of the net. And again, that's the Ryan O'Reilly that we're seeing right now for the Avalanche. That good combination of the speed, the quickness, the hockey smarts, and just the plain old-fashioned hard work.
He was in the right spot, right time. Back to the point for Schultz. Down the boards. The puck tipped up in the air. And Cleach smashes it behind the net for Hayden to take. His pass slips to center. Schultz gets there first. Off the boards. And Schultz backing up. Takes the pass. Purcell being hounded by Everberg. Everberg stays with him, but a little support from Klefbom for Edmonton. To Schultz. And center ice, the puck shot in by Roy. Barry going to chip it away. Got blocked. Purcell going to send it up the boards. Cleach for the Avalanche. Reversed it behind the net for Barry to get to. And Tyson Barry starts heading out to center ice with the puck. Has to twist back to give the rest of his team a chance to change up. They got the O'Reilly line back out. And Taylor Hall takes away the puck. Pass up the board. Back towards Davidson. Lost the puck. Hawley behind the net. Steal made. Tanguay gives to Gennon. He shoots. And the puck into the corner. Tanguay again with the puck. Back up high for Redmond. He swings it over to Gennon. And the Avs are really moving. Even those without the puck, they're really cutting around inside the zone. Landeskog back to Gennon. He shoots. Has blocked. And Miller puts the puck to center ice for Edmonton. Squeezed ahead Hall. He's got the puck. Got a man coming down the slide. Here's a chance. And the sliding block. Into the corner. Lander back to the point. Klefbom sends it across. Brinchin into the slot. Backhander. Knocked down. Shot goes wide of the net. Hall after it. Rolls behind the net for Anton Lander to get to. Pulls it back around. And get it. Handles the puck. One hands it up the boards. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first period. 1-1 game.
That's a big save again by Semyon Varlamov. The Avalanche, you know, starting to take two. Edmonton a little bit. And the last thing you want to see is the score 2-1 for Edmonton.
Dumped in by O'Reilly. Ron Hamilton for Colorado. Trying to free up the puck, but it's Nikitin that comes away with it for the Oilers. Skates to center, long pass ahead for Eberle. Throws to the corner. Throws the puck along the boards. And sent it behind the net. Far wing, quick pass. And the Avalanche on the move. Eberle makes a steal. Pass back into his own zone for Schultz. Leads Jordan Eberle. In. Eberle cuts in. He shoots. And I think Hayda tipped it. Sending it wide. Shot by Klefbom goes wide. And it gets by Schultz to center ice. McGinley catches up to the puck. Nice pass across for Duchesne. He shoots. And Bachman
makes the save. Ryan O'Reilly, now a career high 8 games in a row with a point, and his goal has tied it up at 1. Time for Did You Know, presented by Stevenson Automotive. Here is the question of the night, starting at number 1 and moving up. What is the first sweater number never worn in franchise history? Is it C1, number 56, C2, number 64, or C3, number 69? Text your answer to 53548 to win an Avalanche prize pack. From behind the net, Mitchell moves the puck up towards Holman. Protecting the puck away from Eberle. We move to 2.5 minutes left to go in our first period. 1-1 game. Davidson scoring for the Edmonton Oilers, and O'Reilly for the Avs. The Oilers started out shooting the Avs 11-3. Since then, though, a 7-2 advantage going to the Avalanche, who have picked it up. Backhand drive by Nugent Hopkins, stopped by Varlamov. Pouliot ducks behind the net. And Duchesne arrives. A little support. There are 3 Oilers players trying to get the puck free. It does come loose, but Stewart's got it for the Avalanche. And the defenseman banks it off the glass to center. There were a couple Avalanche players, but couldn't get to the puck. Nugent Hopkins trying to dump it in. Had a tip by Iginla over the glass and into the seats.
Now let's look at some numbers for Ryan O'Reilly, and you know what he's been doing of late. Might get a goal, and assist, a goal in 3 straight games. Assist last game against Buffalo, a couple assists, of course, in Vancouver. Goal tonight, Mike. It's just, you know, his 38 assists is a career high now. So some of those milestones for him that they're sort of quietly, you know, coming along with the points that he's been picking up.
I just find it so interesting that you change your game. Centering try for Roy, and the save made by Varlamov. Last year led the team with 28 goals. This year leading the team in assists with 38. In 2 different positions.
Exactly. There's the whole key. He's a smart player. He understood the situation last year. I had to shoot more. And now he's setting people up more because he's a center ice.
Davidson's shot goes wide of the net. Roy trying to center, had the puck tipped as McLeod got in the way. Neverberg keeps the puck into the Edmonton zone. Pochek taken to the boards by Davidson. Pass goes across. Holden pinch it in. Put the puck behind the net. Fredberg has got McLeod in front. Everberg still with the puck off the bench. Shot by Hamilton. Goes wide. Then a chance by Holden. But the Avs defenseman getting involved. Carried up ice by Roy. Long shot misses the Avalanche net. In the final minute of the first period, with the game tied up at 1. Lay offside for the Oilers. That gives the Avs some time to get out into the neutral zone. O'Reilly over the line with a quick pass for Landeskog. Pass around, rims to the far side, and O'Reilly got there first. The side of the net. Pass up the boards. Hall. And it slipped away. Nice play by Landeskog to keep it in. And O'Reilly again beating everybody to the puck. Off the boards for Tanguay. 10 seconds to go in the period. Pass across for O'Reilly. Tipped to the side of the net. Grinchin got the puck. And the horn is sounded to end our first period of play. Well, the Oilers came out strong, had a lot of shots, but Varlamov made the saves after that first goal period and gave the Avs a chance to come back and tie it.
And led by the O'Reilly line, they started to get a little more control of the first period. In that right now situation, you go in, tied at 1, and do what you did last game against Edmonton, where you started to take over the game.
So at the end of 1 period in Denver at Pepsi Center, the Edmonton Oilers won, the Colorado Avalanche won. Stay with us. Julie Browman will have an interview with Ryan O'Reilly coming up. Edmonton scored first, Brandon Davidson, and then Ryan O'Reilly tied it up for the Avalanche, so we're even at 1 going to the second period of play. And let's look at some highlights from the first 20 minutes.
Oh, the Colorado Avalanche, when they were working well in that period, they were controlling the puck down low. Good puck movement, and especially like how the defenseman jumped into the play. Marc-Andre Cliche right here. He had a goal last game, a big goal for the Avalanche. Good scoring chance right there. And again, Nick Holden coming down from the point. When the defensemen are active, the Avalanche are so good offensively. But here's the goal. And again, it's just, Mike, and we've been saying it a lot about Ryan O'Reilly. boy, I mean, he just made the little pass. And Mike, you know, a lot of times you'll see somebody, Mike, just float off to the side and sort of watch the play after you dump the puck like that. Instead of that, he took one step to the outside and just drove. And the defenseman had a look at him, but he was actually watching Tanguay a little bit, and then he lost him for just a split second, and O'Reilly beat him to the front of the net.
And I was so impressed on that last shift of the period. O'Reilly, every time he wanted to get to the puck, he beat his man to the puck for possession. Here we go to the second period. Nugent Hopkins for Edmonton, Ryan O'Reilly for the Avalanche, and we're underway as O'Reilly wins the draw. Nugent Hopkins gets back for the Oilers. We start our second period. Pouliot, long pass for Everly, dumped in. 1-1. 15 shots for Edmonton, 11 for the Avalanche. And the Oilers coming back in their own zone, but as they arrive for the puck, whistle's been blown. Icing is our call.
Like we talked about a little bit last time when the Avalanche played Edmonton, but there's going to be a real cultural change in Edmonton when they get their new building in a couple of years. And, you know, because ever since they've been in the National Hockey League, it's been one building. They've done a terrific job of keeping it, you know, alive. It's a great building to watch a game, to play a game in, but it's going to be funny going to Edmonton and seeing that old building where they, like, it was a nightmare. When Gretzky and those guys were playing, it was a plus-minus nightmare in that place. You could walk in +4 for the year and be -3 when the game was over.
And they've got one more season in Rexall Place, and that'll be it. All those memories made, all the Stanley Cups won, and that's coming to a close in Edmonton. A lot of history. Yakupov winds and shoots. Stick save by Varlamov. Bats the puck away, but it comes to Varlamov. Grinchin gave it back to Yakupov. O'Reilly took away the puck. He didn't get it out of the zone. Yakupov threw it across. Shot, and that was gloved by Varlamov. That was a hard shot from Nikitin.
You know, it's interesting to watch Buffalo. Like I did the game between the benches, and their defensive core, and how big the Buffalo defensemen were. My goodness, it was just a big group. But you know, Edmonton's kind of got the same thing going. They got a lot of big guys, 6'4", 203, 6'4", 217. Davidson, who scored the goal, 6'2", 214. You know, 6'6", 225. So you can see the formula for a lot of teams around the league.
Behind the net, Miller moving the puck, dropped it in the corner for Taylor Hall. Centered back across. Miller chases the puck down. Pass to Schultz. Shot goes wide. Perhaps looking for a tip. And Klefbom keeps the puck in the Colorado zone. And Hall freed it up for Lander to take. Anton Lander twisting, pass back to the point. Given back to Lander. Threw it across. Back to the corner for Taylor Hall. To the point. Shot by Lander. Save made. Another kick save by Varlamov. Played up the wing. Back to the point again for Schultz. Slides it across to the other point man. Lander. He gives it to Hall. That was a long shift in the Avalanche zone.
Absolutely. We always talk about these long shifts in the second period and the long changes. They get it. Good play by Duchesne to force the puck so Guerin and his partner could get off the ice.
And Schultz, long pass ahead, and the Klinkhammer breaks free, cuts in, but hustling back. The play broken up as Zach Redmond hustled back to make sure there was not a shot on goal.
The problem with a play like this, Mike, is when it's early in the period like this, you know, you would think ice is ice, but when the ice is brand new at the start of a period, you just seem to slide just a little bit faster, a little bit quicker. And Klinkhammer is a big man. And you see Semyon Varlamov, like he seemed to be able to get up a little bit so that he wasn't, you know, he didn't get run into really, really hard, because Klinkhammer is a big guy.
Edmonton with all 6 of the shots taken in this period. Some long shifts in the Avalanche zone, but Varlamov doing what we've seen him do all season. Make those big saves. Puck carried to center. Davidson comes in. He shoots. And the puck caromed off of Varlamov around the boards. Hishin steals the puck back for Colorado. Pass to Hamilton, tipped into the corner. Davis pushes the puck along. Outlet pass to center ice. Off the boards, Klinkhammer backhands it into the Colorado zone. Holden goes back to Stewart, an average defenseman. Lines back behind the Colorado net. Over to Everberg. Tipped through. Eberle. Put it back. Rinchip. Long pass to center for Eberle. Couldn't control the puck. And smacked back into the Oilers zone. Off the boards for Jordan Eberle. Moves across for Nikitin. Back lobbed into the corner for Eberle. Slams it around. Pouliot waiting at the half board. Lets it go behind him. Put behind the net. Eberle had it bounce away from him. Cleese leans into him. Separates him from the puck. And it'll scramble along the boards. Pouliot up the boards. Back to the corner for Nugent Hopkins. To Pouliot. To the point. And that one almost got away from Marincin. Puck comes through the middle circle, carried in by Marincin. Handoff, pass, and the shot then goes wide around the boards and back out to center.
Up to the Edmonton Oilers. What a start to this second period. It looked like maybe the Avalanche were turning that corner in the first period, but it's been all Edmonton in the second to this point.
As of yet to get a shot on net, but here's a golden opportunity for Tanguay. For O'Reilly, tipped away, and the Oilers come to center. It was Yakupov who got in the way. Roy's pass in the slot, swung at and grabbed and carried to center by Barry. Dropped it behind him for O'Reilly. Back to Barry in the slot for Landeskog. That's broken up. And O'Reilly staying with it, but Roy breaks free. Pass tipped back into the corner. Knocked behind the net, and Landeskog will get to it for Colorado. He gives to Tyson Barry. Lots of room to skate. He gets in. And gets free. He shoots and a save by Bachman. Tyson Barry, it's amazing what he can do.
Hey, Mike, isn't he getting to that point where you're on the edge of your seat? I mean, he's coming down the ice in this situation. And watch the move he makes in the defense. He buys a little time right here. And Mike, I'm telling you, he stands up more defenseman. He's got this little deke that he makes, and you see that just the hockey ability to lose the puck a little bit and then just kick it forward and get a great scoring chance.
Bachman makes the save on the first shot of the period for the Avalanche. Gillen was going to take the face-off. Now Duchesne will take it. Gillen goes over to the right side and Mitchell to the left. But Edmonton wins the faceoff. Behind the net, Keaton knocked down by Jerome McGilla. And McGilla grabs the puck back to the point. Hayda shoots, blocked in front. And Hall moves the puck out to center, swept away by Redmond. Pass to Duchesne, to Mitchell. Hayda pinching in. Duchesne ends up with the bouncing puck. Got away from him and McKeith. For the outlet pass goes to Taylor Hall. He's in and Hayda with a big hip check on Taylor Hall. Puck to center. Delay offside. And play will now continue on with Mitchell handling the puck for Colorado. We're under 14 minutes remaining in the period. Pass to center for Hamilton. Up to the corner. Bachman. A little chip up and out. Race for the puck. Around that. And Klinkhammer collide. I think the penalty is going to be on Klinkhammer. We'll have our first penalty of the game. And the Avalanche will have the first power play chance of the game. And we'll see it when we come back. Let's see who is in the groove, presented by Groove Subaru. And a number of players in tonight's game are in the groove.
I was going to say, take your pick. And we're talking some really good young talent. Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins obviously for the Edmonton Oilers, Eberle, Landeskog. And again, it's you got and the one guy, Mike, that continues to play so well. How about Hoodler for the Calgary Flames? I mean, he's pulled in the top 10 scorers in the league, and Calgary, what a big one last night in Nashville. I mean, they just will not go away.
If they have score on this power play, a lucky winner will get Avalanche tickets to an upcoming game, courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture. For a chance to win, register at afwonline.com/altitude. The penalty called on Rob Klinkhammer, a 2-minute minor for hooking at 3:40 here in the second period. First power play chance of the game for either team. We were talking about success in March. But this Edmonton team, they're averaging just a little over 3 goals a game in March.
Yep.
That's the good news. The bad news is they're giving up 3.5 goals a game in March.
Yeah, you know, they're a club that, you know, they've been playing so many young defensemen, and because of injuries and whatever, and this is not an easy league to be a young defenseman.
The Avalanche trying to take advantage on this power play. 50 seconds to go in the penalty on Klinkhammer. Pass. O'Reilly. Fire! Saved by Bachman. Pass over towards Landeskog. Back towards the point for Barrie. Keeps it in. This Oilers team ranked 28th in the league in killing penalties. Avs 1 for 7 this season against the Oilers. Pass towards Landeskog. Tipped by Pouliot. 22 seconds to go in the penalty. Back to Tyson Barrie. The Avs keeping that puck in the Edmonton zone. Tanguay threw it across, and it's tipped high by O'Reilly.
Picked that out of midair.
Sure did. Pass back towards Barrie. Caught it in the skates. Manages the pass. Gets away from Tanguay. And it's cleared out just as the Colonel comes out of the penalty box.
No one is going to know. No one will pick that one up. Don't you cackle.
What a Hogan's Heroes fan.
Oh, huge Hogan's Heroes fan.
All right. Well, you got it then. One shot during that power play chance for the Avalanche. Landis pass picked off the chance. Now low for Duchesne, but poke check. As moving the puck around, Duchesne walked out in front but lost the puck. Pass to center for Hall, kicked away from him. Shot that by Hayda to Mitchell, to Hitchin. He takes a hit. And a quick pass through center. Right back by the Oilers, rolled by Schultz back into his own zone. Pass up off the boards. Hitchin read it, broke it up. It comes over towards McLeod. He's in, he shoots. Saved by Bachman. Over towards McLeod in the corner. And comes straight for Schultz. His pass gets out to center ice. Carried through by Andrew Miller. Taken away by Colorado. And a steal behind the net by Purcell. Pass up the slots, and it gets by the defender. Down the ice, Bachman out to handle it. Pass hit the linesman. The Avalanche not able to get Clecia back into the neutral zone, so a delay offside on the Avalanche. Davidson works his way to the red line. Dumped to the corner, it's a race. And the puck comes towards Purcell, hopped over his stick, but he gathers it. Shoots it into the corner. Rolled up the wall. Mitchell for the Avalanche. Pass in the slot. Chased out to center ice. McGinley almost stole that one away. Marincin makes the handoff to Yakupov. "21 shots for the Oilers, 14 for the Avs here in this period. Oilers have had the first 6. The Avs have had the last 3 shots on net, including 1 on the power play. And we are still tied up at 1. With 9 minutes to go in the second period. Nugent-Hopkins chasing the puck behind the net. Tipped out in front, still bouncing around. And Landeskog protects the puck. Put off the glass. Pass to center for O'Reilly. Throws to the boards. Pass ends up going on net. And it is stopped by Bachman.
who keeps a hold of the puck for a face-off. It's still 1-1 in the second in Denver. On the ice.
Let's look at Nick Holden, Mike. And it was interesting. I had just a great interview with Brad Stewart at the end of last game, and I was asking about his defensive partner, Nick Holden, and he said, you know, things didn't go well at the start of the season. I mean, the minuses were building up. He said he almost felt like maybe he lost some confidence, but he's really regathered that confidence over the course of the last 40, 45 games. So it hasn't been, the beginning of the season wasn't great, but he has been terrific of late, and the pair of Holden and Stewart have been great.
Talk to Nick Holden. He gets a lot of credit to being able to play with Stewart. Avalanche on the move. Tanguay, shot to the net, tipped on goal, and it was just sitting there at the post. Stewart put it down low, and that one tipped wide of the net. Puck came out of the zone, offside, Colorado. Boy, Edmonton, they had 6 shots in the first 2+ minutes. They haven't had any almost 10 minutes in this game now.
No, you know, for the Colorado Avalanche, driving to the net has been a big part of what they've been successful with of late. They have been scoring goals by probably at the best clip over the course of the last 7-8 games they have all season. Everyone's chipping in. Of course, there's the big line that's done a lot for the Avalanche, but you know they've got good offensive presence in the opposing zone.
Landers, quick pass. Shot down the ice. Flagged down by Hayda. And the puck pushed in. Hayda right back up to his skates, but it comes free. And Hayda stayed with it. Up ice for Everberg with McLeod going to the net. Shot that direction, but tipped away. It's been 10 minutes without a shot on net for the Edmonton Oilers after they came out like gangbusters starting the second period, but then the Avalanche have had the puck since then. Hall stripped by Everberg. And Hall took it back. Passed up the ice and too far for Miller. And the Oilers get called for icing. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans, luxury utility vehicles for 2015. They're available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village.
I know it's in the Eastern Conference and not really of interest, too much interest. Interesting game, though. Tampa Bay beat Montreal in Montreal. Tampa Bay this year against Montreal, a team they lost to in the playoffs 4 straight. 5-0 this year against the Montreal Canadiens, and could very easily meet at some point in the playoffs.
Taylor Hall slides the pass. For Andrew Miller dumps the puck in. Oilers change up. Avalanche retrieve the puck. Joey Hisham looking for an opening, makes the pass up the middle. Right at the line. Oilers have possession. Hawley pass over. Marincin with pressure. Puck down the ice, and another icing call on the Oilers with 6:50 to go in the second, still tied at 1.
Well, it's going to be quite a race for the Art Ross Trophy. Mike, it goes to the player with the most points. And you look at it, and Crosby's in front right now, but there are a bunch of guys that are right there. It's 4, 5, 6 points. That's going to be the difference between the top 5 players this year.
Here, you and I always talk about goals, and you're looking at Ovechkin with 49 goals.
Yeah, he has separated himself in that area, hasn't he?
He sure has. 22 of those goals coming on the power play. Back to the point. Shot by Barry. Knocked down. Shot whistled wide by Iginla. Boy, the Avs have had some chances here in the second period to take the lead, take command of this. But it's still tied up at 1.
Well, Jarome Iginla. And so many people might call and say, well, you know, what is he doing differently? And then really, you know, I certainly can't put the finger on why. First part of the season, first 20 games, 2 goals. Since then, 24 goals. But the one thing you do see, he's getting into these open areas, and the puck is coming to him. And like he seems to have that extra second that other guys don't have.
Seemed like he really started to get rolling, Peter. They're not together right now, but
when he and Alex Tanguay were playing on the same line. That just seemed to ignite the season for him, didn't it?
Absolutely. And
Why
O'Reilly,
wouldn't it, the way Tanguay's
I was
been
going to say,
playing?
and O'Reilly, he and Landeskog have gotten going since what happened.
Tanguay's on that line. There seems to be a common
There's a
thread
thread
there.
there.
Trying to figure it out, but I think it might be number 40.
Yeah.
Backhanded around, tipped by Fraser, out to center. It's been all Avalanche here in the last 12 minutes. In terms of getting opportunities, they've just been missing. O'Reilly back out for the Avs to the point for Redmond. Shot through traffic, blocked. And a little chip, but not out of the zone. That one's lifted up high in the air. It'll drop in. Yakupov lost the puck to Jan Hayden. Moves it around. It's in the skates. And scooped up by Tanguay. Shot back by the Avs into the Oilers zone. O'Reilly on the forecheck. Purcell moves the puck behind the net. McLeod on the forecheck. Quick pass. And the outlet pass comes through at Yakupov. Up the wing for Roy. Dropped it. Yakupov shoots. And it went off the skate wide. Backhanded up and out. So with McLeod on him. Gives the puck to Eddie Purcell. Off the board to center ice. Get it. The man right on him. Stolen away. Backhanded. Score! Justin Schultz, the defenseman, gets to the puck and gives the Oilers a 2-1 lead.
Let's take it all the way back. And like this is one of those ones where the puck is taking a funny bounce and couldn't quite get hold of it. The puck is dumped out of the zone, and Schultz, the defenseman, does a terrific job. But you saw the puck was just bouncing, and Gedman could never quite catch up to it. And it's one of those things, Mike, what is Schultz doing there? Well, he was just sort of following the play, jumped up, saw the puck go down, and made a real nice job of jumping in and getting that puck past Semyon Varlamov.
Justin Schultz, Peter, came very close to being the GOAT last week's game against the Avalanche.
Scoreline number 19, Justin
Gave
Schultz.
away a puck that helped tie the game up for the Avalanche, and then took a penalty late in the game. All right, here's your Kia scoring summary. That goal by Justin Schultz, Teddy Purcell with the assist, and Schultz getting the goal, his 6th of the season. That was their first shot in over 13 minutes, but Schultz makes it count to give the Oilers the lead.
Well, Michael, here is that list, the Art Ross Trophy. Sidney Crosby, who had a 3-point game this weekend. Tavares had a 3-point game this weekend. Like, I think it's going to be in the top 4 guys. I think Crosby, Tavares, Voracek of Philadelphia, and Ovechkin. I think it's going to be one of those guys. Not that Backstrom, Benn, and Tarasenko aren't close enough. I just think the way scoring is down, it's going to be hard to make up the puck.
Peter, you see that?
Yeah.
That shot knocked the mask off of Bach.
We watch this right here. Just Duchesne, who, I mean, did he snap home a bullet last game against the Buffalo Sabres? Turned out to be the game winner. And speaking about getting hit in the head, Mike, we have to send our best wishes to Brian Engblom, who in the game he was doing took it right in the forehead.
Boy, he gave a funny line though. After he got hit, they came back to him. You know, how are you? He goes, "Who's playing?" Oh, that was funny. Stewart shoots and a kick save made by Bachman after getting the mask knocked off. Right back, makes the save. This team has given him the lead for the 2nd time in this game. He's a goaltender coming off a shutout performance against his old team, the Dallas Stars, last time out. Nugent Hopkins pass for Everly. Off the boards. On the dump in. Wave off the icing. Mitchell moves the puck to Duchesne. Able to slide a backhand pass to center for Iginla. Dumped in and want to make a line change. Out the pass for Taylor Hall. Pass will glide back to Hall. He gets separated from the puck by Hava. And Redmond from behind the net. His pass knocked down. Steal made. Lantern tipped by Hall, goes wide of the net. Pass behind for Hayda with 3 minutes to go in the period. center. Schultz. Goals giving the Oilers the lead. 2-1. The puck ahead. O'Reilly got it back for the Avalanche. O'Reilly's got the goal tonight for Colorado. Coming in the first period, his 15th goal of the season. Schultz uses the puck in the corner. Comes up with it. Lifts it up in the air. Makes the bounce just inside the blue line. Stewart smacks the puck the other way, and the Avalanche get in over the line. Landeskog trailing shot, saved by Bachman. Rebound shot, chipped high. Back around. Purcell. Loses the puck, poke freight. The Avalanche stay with it. And it's taken back by Purcell. Couldn't get by Landeskog. Leafs has got the puck. Down the slot for Everberg. Trying to push it in, and it comes free. Cleach has got it for the Avs. 2 minutes to go in the second period. And a steal on a pass by Yakupov. Leads Roy over the line. Holden keeps him away from the puck. In fact, knocks him down. Yakupov in the slot. Ollie down low, shot. And a scramble for the puck. It's still free. Lifted up and out by the Avalanche. A giveaway back towards Everberg. It slipped away from him. And it's backhanded in. And then Holden, he gave Yakupov a shove. And then Roy came over. He hit Holden. Amazing how temperatures can raise when you play each other twice within the same week.
Absolutely.
And Ginla comes up with the puck. Backhanded. There's a chance for Duchesne, but it went wide. A steal. McGinley's got the puck. Minute to go in the period. He hands it off. Hayda shoots. Saved by Bachman. And he makes sure there's no rebound. They get a faceoff.
Well, since the goal, the Avalanche have been trying to mount that pressure, trying to get something going, tie this game up. Drive into the net, and Duchesne Mike couldn't quite get it. And here's Everberg driving to the net, doing a nice job. Well, I'll tell you, the more you talk to players about Everberg, Mike, the more they're impressed with his patience and poise. There's a little earlier, Stewart jumping up into the play. And again, the Avalanche defenseman, especially this pair tonight, Stewart and Holden, really doing a nice job.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Pass around the boards. Barry. And it come out to center ice. Given back to the Avs by the Oilers. Landeskog to O'Reilly. Backhanded in. With a little pressure, finds Hall. Sends it across. Off the boards and out. Hayda had it. Pass comes over the line. Taylor Hall in the slot. Shot! And the save made by Varlamov. And Landeskog with the puck. Up ice. 20 seconds to go. Time for another rush into this line. Backhanded in by O'Reilly. Bachman out to play the puck. Put it up the boards. Did not get it out. Was back in front of the net. Rinchin slides it out to center. Backing up is Holden. To Stewart. One last shot. Goes wide of the net. That's going to do it for our second period of play. One goal was scored. Defenseman Justin Schultz with his 6th of the year, and the Oilers going into the locker room with the lead. 2-1.
Sort of a funny period. It came out, it was all Edmonton.
Yep.
And then the Avalanche came out and really controlled most of that rest of the second period after the first 4 or 5 minutes. But Edmonton got the one goal on a sort of a funny play where Schultz, the defenseman, ended up with a breakaway at the other end.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost 14 minutes without a shot for Edmonton, but then they did get their chance. They cashed in, and they laid it 2-1 after 2 periods. Stay with us for highlights and more on the Subaru Intermission. Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers go into the third period. Oilers lead this game 2-1. Now, let's look around the West and see. We have some games that are final, some games that are getting close to being final, Peter.
And a resilient hockey club. The Vancouver Canucks win tonight in St. Louis. I thought, here they go. This is going to be too tough. Their next 4 games, their 4 games, including tonight, were at St. Louis, at Nashville tomorrow, at Chicago, at Winnipeg. And they win tonight against the St. Louis Blues. Now, is St. Louis going to do it again, Mike, where they just don't, they fall away in the last part of the season? Because Chicago's beating LA right now. If they win that game, Chicago, they're 1 point behind the St. Louis Blues, and they've got 2 games against each other down the rest of the season. So it's just craziness. But this Edmonton Oilers club, it really got a chance to be a spoiler in the Pacific Division. They got Anaheim, at LA, Calgary, home LA, home San Jose, and at Vancouver. I mean, that's a spoiler's role.
But they could have a part in who gets in.
But for the Colorado Avalanche, Mike, you don't win tonight's game, you've got no chance to get to the playoffs. There's going to be too many clubs ahead. So this is the period. For the Avalanche, they want to see who's coming to play in this third period and who is really going to be the guy that makes a difference.
When Colorado scores in the third, you score with Subway. If they score this period, visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock. 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Peter just pointed out. Here's the biggest period of the season at this moment. You want to stay in it? Got to beat this Oilers team if you're the Avalanche. Behind the net, Nugent Hopkins with the puck. And outshot the Oilers 11-9 during that second period, but the Oilers had the only goal of the period. Justin Schultz got it, scoring his 6th of the season.
The reason I say that for the Colorado Avalanche, Mike, even with a win tonight, the most number of points they can get is 96. And the playoff number right now as it stands is 97. So they're going to need some additional help no matter what they do.
Puck gets tipped out of play. Got a whistle. These lucky fans upgraded from the Ram Trucks fan zone to lower bowl seats courtesy of Ram Trucks. Purchase tickets in section 362 for your chance to win and upgrade to the official truck of your Colorado Avalanche. Well, the team right now, the Avs are trying to catch. We just showed you those standings. The Winnipeg Jets. They had a devastating loss last night. 31 seconds to go in the game in a 3-3 game against the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Hawks got a goal from Winnipeg native Jonathan Toews. They're in Winnipeg, and they won the game. And Winnipeg got no points out of last night. And so for the Avalanche, if they can pick up 2, that would then get them that much closer to the Winnipeg Jets, who sit at 90 points. And the Avalanche, if they can get 2, that would give them 84. Both teams would have played 76 games. Shot by Roy, save made by Varlamov. And Peter, the Winnipeg Jets have a very difficult schedule the rest of this way. They are playing some top teams. Won't be easy for the Jets trying to get into the playoffs. Puck is tipped over the glass and out of play.
And just talking about that pedigree that you love to see as far as a winner. Guess as you mentioned, Jonathan Toews scored the game-winning goal. Interesting, his first ever game-winning goal in the last minute of a game. I mean,
seems like that's a guy that would have had more.
And would have had more, but when they needed it the most, there he was.
Puck shot he hit back into the Avalanche zone. At center ice, Lehner with the puck. Pushed across for Andrew Miller. Dropped it behind him. Tipped away back to the neutral zone. Davidson. His pass tipped in. And the puck is then directed over the glass and into the crowd, out of play.
Well, the great season for Jarome Iginla continues, and because I mean he has been a notorious slow starter over the course of his career. But you see, it was evident again this year. He had 2 goals in the first 20, and since then, Mike, he has just been on fire for the Avalanche. And again, he's just firing BBs. He's open. He's ready to shoot the puck whenever the puck is passed to him. It's been a terrific last 45 or so games.
Saved by Varlamov on Taylor Hall's shot. By the way, Chicago has just scored again. They now lead 4-1 with 6.5 minutes to go in the third. All right, let's check in rink side with Julie Brown.
Hey guys, just talking about Jarome Iginla's accomplishments this season. I had a chance to talk to his teammates this morning about being part of the journey, and they just kind of lit up when they were talking about him. Of course, Nick Holden says he's especially proud about Iginla because they grew up about 10 miles apart from each other, and Matt Duchene, because he's on his line, says, hey, if we can add to what he's doing this year, they are just very enamored and proud to play with Jarome Iginla.
Thank you very much, Julie. Behind the net in the Avalanche zone.
Couldn't make a pass, but connected. Back to center. Oilers have the puck. Schultz. Pass back into his own zone.
And you know about Jerome McGinley, sometimes you'll bring in a veteran player that has a great resume, and sometimes you're disappointed, right? Maybe, you know, he's not quite what you want.
There's a chance in front. And that one's smacked away. Go ahead, Peter.
But just saying, Jerome McGinley's been the exact opposite. I think every player to a man for the Colorado Avalanche is like, wow, talk about a professional. You know, I love when he scores. If we look at the scoring opportunity for the Edmonton Oilers, it sort of bounces around down low. And as they have the first, Mike, parts of all three periods now, Edmonton is really in front of the Avalanche net.
Yeah, they've started all three periods strong.
Yep, absolutely.
But the Avalanche then have pushed back. Got 17 minutes still to go in this third period. 2-1 Edmonton. Here's a chance. Caron backhander save made by Bachman. And he loves it. And we'll have a face-off in the Edmonton zone. Jordan Caron with the best chance of this period for the Avalanche.
Good job, and what a nice stretch pass by Redmond. I mean, Redmond just looked up, and you could see his eyes just get so big. Caron was home free walking in. Good job by the defenseman to force him a little bit to the back end, but a nice play by Caron.
Eberle gave away the puck to Landeskog. O'Reilly pass across for Tanguay. Bounced. And the Oilers maneuver the puck out in the center. Bachman loves the puck and holds on for a face-off.
If there's one thing that Edmonton Bachman is doing, Mike, when he gets the puck, he's freezing it. So if that's the case, then the Avalanche really have to be strong on the face-offs. You're probably going to get now, over the course of the last 16 and a half minutes of this hockey game, you could get 12, 14 faceoffs in the offensive zone, and you want to really concentrate.
That time Edmonton won the faceoff. And the puck not out of the zone. O'Reilly kept it in. Pushed it behind the net. Rinchen pass. And it's blocked. Pouliot didn't get it out. It was O'Reilly there at the blue line, keeping it alive for the Avalanche. Landeskog gives to Tanguay. Tied up by Nikitin. Then Landeskog scooped up the puck. Works it along into the corner. Back to the point. Shot by Stewart. Save made by Bachman. Turned back behind the net for O'Reilly. Got Tanguay in front of the net. Landeskog as well. O'Reilly still handling the puck. Pushed it back to Stewart. Rim back around. Waiting is Landeskog. And this line continuing to control the puck in the Edmonton zone. Tanguay gets checked, but O'Reilly then wins the battle, then lost it. Still loose behind the net. And the Avs continue to put that pressure on. Nikitin backhanded high, getting it out of the zone. Long pass ahead for Tyson Barrie. Dropped down behind the net. Derek Roy takes it for Edmonton. Each club with a couple of shots here in this third period. Pass to Schultz. Long drive wide of the net. Yakupov took it off the boards. Fires a pass down. Purcell shoots it around. Roy can't get to it. Colton pinching in, but again, strips away the puck. Nice move to get away. Pass out to center. Wade back in. Offside, Edmonton.
Well, for the Colorado Avalanche, you're looking for those guys that are hot. You're looking at those, Mike, the guys at the top lines, no question about it. Landeskog, O'Reilly, Tanguay, McGinley playing with Duchesne, but Tyson Barrie jumping up. As we mentioned, for Tyson Barrie, Mike, if he does get that next point, of course, and he will, obviously. We talked about Sandis Ojeley, Rob Blake, Ray Bourque, the three other Avalanche defensemen that have had 50 points. He'll be the first ever drafted player for the Avalanche to get 50 points.
That is some pretty heady company.
Oh, not bad.
Shot around to the boards by Lander. Swatted to center. It's a race for the puck. Hayda trying to stop Miller from coming in and prevented that from happening. But goes back behind the net. Looking for somebody else. Mitchell currently on a 2-game goal scoring streak for the Avalanche. Everberg slips away, gets the puck back, coming in, Threw it out in front, and it's off to Bachman, the goaltender, and lifted high in the air, back the other direction. Rolling wide. Varlamov, but play continues on. 14 minutes to go. Third period. Streaking down the wing is Hischian. Cutting to the net. Pass shot. Missed. A chance by Jordan Caron. Quick pass up ice. Bounced away from Klinkhammer. Hischian coming in. Coming wide. Stops. Pass in front. Tip to the corner. Jordan Caron's had a couple of chances here in this third period to tie the game.
Two great chances, and what a nice pass by Hischian across to Caron on the far side.
Gennin shoots the puck in off his skate. And Fraser takes the puck for the Edmonton Oilers. Left on pass. Goes off of Pouliot towards Varlamov. He'll make the safe play and get a face-off. And we'll return. Jordan Caron still looking for that first point with an Avalanche. 2-1 Oilers. Let's answer tonight's Did You Know question, brought to you by Stevenson Automotive. All right, we asked in the first period. Starting at jersey number 1 and moving up, what is the first sweater number never worn in franchise history? You have to go all the way up to number 56 for a number that has never been worn.
And you look around the Edmonton Oilers numbers for their defense, like it was hilarious. You know, in the old days, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tonight, it starts at 19, which isn't too bad. 22, then 80, 45, 86, and 88. They didn't retire that many numbers in Edmonton.
Of course, the most famous one, 99.
Yeah. Which has been retired
by the whole league.
The whole league.
Shot! And that one goes up high. Nobody's allowed to wear that. Pass in the slot. And taken back by the Avalanche. Stewart pass to center. Knocked back in by the Oilers into the Avalanche zone. Duchesne. Pass. Tipped up the boards. Slug to center. Left block. Finds Roy. And from the red line, shot back into the Avalanche zone. Varlamov scooped it around. 12 minutes left to go in the third. Steal by Yakupov. He shoots to save. And the puck smacked to the corner. McGinley gets to it for Colorado. Puts it up the boards. Mitchell skates away from the broken stick. Pass towards Duchesne is a little bit too far. Mitchell though closing in on Schultz. Tipped the puck free. Turned back into the corner. Yakupov smacked it up the boards. Hall makes the steal. Handoff to Lander. Cutting in. He shoots to save. Rebound. Picked up and carried in the corner by Taylor Hall. Ridden off the puck. Side of the net. Varlamov had it. Lander got it back. Pushed it into the corner for Hall. Back up the boards. Mitchell trying to clear. Rinchin keeps it in for the Oilers. Back to the corner and back behind the net. Hayden for the Avalanche. Puck to center. Goes off of Iginla. Oilers get onside. Tyson Barrett sends the puck across. 11 minutes left in the third. 2-1 for Edmonton. Pass to Everberg. Backhanded in. One-handed around the board. Fraser gave it away. Cleese shoots wide. Oh, pass behind the net. Fraser into the corner. Falling pass. Didn't get out of the zone. Absent got a chance. And the puck comes wide in the corner. McLeod to Everberg in the corner. Everberg's pass back to the point for Nate Gennin. Put it behind the net. Down by Keith Raleigh. He couldn't get out of the zone. Avs keep it alive. Back to Gennin. Long shift in the Edmonton zone. Shot through a lot of traffic and caught by Bachman with McLeod standing right there. And then Hawley didn't like the fact that McLeod wouldn't get out of the way. And then Gazdic comes in as well. Now Gazdic's their heavyweight. And things are calming down to a degree.
What a great shift, though, by this line. See if they can build on that momentum.
We'll see when we come back. 2-1 Oilers. Visit your Colorado Kia dealers today to discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. Go to ColoradoKiaDealers.com and learn more.
Well, Michael, you can see how frustrating it is for the Avalanche. Here it is, this December 19th. The Avalanche, Mike, are 25, 15, and 4 since that time, but they started 10, 13, and 3. That 55 points in 45 games, Mike, that's a 103-point pace. It was just that slow start. You know, Varlamov only playing, 15 of the first 31 games for the Avalanche because of injuries, and it just, they can just feel the frustration for the Avalanche because they're playing playoff hockey now.
You saw the two teams behind them, Winnipeg and Chicago, both right now in a playoff spot. Left bomb, carrying the puck to center. Sizzles a pass across for Nugent Hopkins. Deflects off of him in the corner. And Holden took away the stick. Nugent Hopkins then gave a little shove. Stewart spins back behind the Colorado net. The puck to center. Mitchell hammers it in. Left bomb with Tanguay on him. Up the board for Schultz. Put it to the side of the net. A little dangerous area there. Left bomb. Gave it away to Hayna. Back down the boards and behind the net for O'Reilly. He's got Landeskog wide open in front. But a little tip. That was Nugent Hopkins. You got a stick on it. Purcell cutting in. Purcell shoots and Varlamov makes the save. Barry for the Avalanche. Hit by Yakupov. Puck back to the point. Keaton shoots and off a body. It goes up into the screen. Out of play.
This line, one of the things that's been very impressive with this line, Mike, is one, their ability to find each other on the ice, but they hustle at the puck. I think that Tanguay does a terrific job of being hard and quick to the puck. Landeskog is always hard and quick to the puck, but I think for Nugent Hopkins, what a nice play defensively. Mike, just having watched him now these last two games, he hasn't done a great deal offensively, but boy, his skating's improved, his strength has improved, and his overall ice presence is really a lot better.
Everberg with the pass. Roy got it back, up off the boards for Purcell. 2-on-1, Yakupov with him. Roy shoots, and it hit the post. It did not go in. Did not go in. There in the center by Mitchell. Well, that's the break the Avalanche needed there. 8 minutes left to go. And the Oilers had a chance to give themselves a little cushion, and they didn't score. The Avalanche take advantage of that. Race for the puck. Miller shoots, and he misses the net. Back around, out to center. Stripped away. McGinley in the corner. Pass. Shot. Missed. Back up the boards. McGinley again with a pass. Duchesne turns behind the net. Spins again. Spins one more time. Back to the point with the pass for Holden. Down the boards for Duchesne. Duchesne again with the puck. Switching in the corner. Back to the point with a pass. Holden slides it across. Back to Holden. His shot got through. Goes wide. There's a chance. McLeod had a tough angle and went off the side of the net. And the Oilers backhanded out to center. Push back to the center zone. Carried in by Ginla. His shot wobbles wide. That's being deflected. The Keaton pass to center ice. Carried in by Hall. Barry is back. Hall still with the puck. Hall backhands it to the point. Shot. And save made by Varlamov.
Well, let's look at the Colorado Avalanche chance first here. Good job by McLeod down low. Patrick Roy sort of mixing and matching his lines a little bit. Cody McLeod having a good, solid physical game. Yet just can't get that one past Bachman. And here's the other end. Just a nice stutter step. Real nice move. But just fortunately for the Avalanche off the goalpost.
Ringen's shot floats and it's over the glass, out of play.
So I looked at that really close play by, there's Yakupov right there getting himself open, but Semyon Varlamov will tell you I had it played perfectly.
That's right.
Hey,
Part of the equipment. Well, 8-4 shot advantage for the Oilers here in this period. Keeping track of scores, Calgary now leads 5-3 over Dallas in the third period. And for Calgary, Peter, that would get the Flames to 91 points. Pass behind the net. Big line out for the Avalanche. Tanguay. Back up the boards for Stewart. To Tanguay. Pouliot makes a pass for Eberle. Got it out to center ice, but Dav's got it right back in. Landeskog with O'Reilly in front. Shot saved. Loose puck off the side of the net. Nugent Hopkins trying to get out to center. Tipped by O'Reilly, and the puck comes to Holden. 6 minutes left to go. Stewart shoots it around the boards, back into the Edmonton zone. Kishin lost the puck, and the Oilers pass it out to center to the red line. Backhanded in from center. Dribbles behind the net. Barry off the board, and it comes to the Avalanche. They got the bounce. Mitchell coming in. Poke check though. Into the corner for Hitchin. He gives it to Mitchell. Redmond open in front. Redmond shoots. Saved by Bachman. Turned up the boards. And Roy makes the pass across. There to center. They went off the linesman. Lands in the Avalanche zone. 5 minutes left to go. Oilers up 2-1. Had the puck. Lander shoots. Save made by Varlamov. Pass to the side for Hall. Back to the point. Left bomb. To Miller. Patient with the puck. Gives to Lander. Shoots it around for Taylor Hall. On him is Redmond. Hall in the slot for Lander. Slipped away. Kept in by the Oilers. Fired back behind the net. Chased down by Hall. Taylor Hall with the puck for Edmonton. Up high in the slot. He shoots. Comes behind the net for Lander. Staying with the puck. Dropped it off for Miller. To the point for Schultz. Tees it up. Shot tipped wide of the net. Slapped around up off the glass. And out to center. Schultz lost the puck. McGinley stole it away. Shoots it across the rink. O'Reilly out. Hustles everybody to the puck. It comes free. 4 minutes left to go. Kept in by Tyson Barrie. Aguilar shoots, and it blocked. And it's carried up ice by Pouliot. On the move, pass across for Eberle. He cuts right in. Pass and missed. There was the chance for the Oilers. That could have been it. But the Avalanche now have a chance to come back the other way. Tyson Barrie with it. Stewart turns, shoots the puck in. Will that be the break for the Avalanche? Tyson Barrie keeps it alive. Chance in front. Sent around the boards for Landeskog. To Tanguay. Overskated the puck. Roy put it off the glass. Did not get it out of the zone. Great hustle by Landeskog. Shoots it around. Roy picks up the puck for the Oilers. Coming out to center. 3 minutes left to go. Purcell puts the brakes on. Passing the slot for Yakupov. Flanked out to center ice. Left bump. Makes the pass. He gave it away. And the puck rolled away. Still inside the zone. Lifted up and out to center. We start to keep an eye on Varlamov. When will Patrick Roy make the move to pull his goaltender? 2:30 left to go. Pass to center. Tyson Barrie again on the ice. Here comes Varlamov as Barrie gets in, but it's poked away. Back to center. Barrie hustles, and the Avs have possession of the puck. Long pass. Tip, and the puck goes out of play with 2:12 left. Semyon Varlamov on the bench moments ago. Oilers had a chance to give themselves a little cushion, but it's 2-1. That delivered to you by Jimmy Johns. Brandon Davidson, first ever NHL point in his 6th game, but then later in the first period, Ryan O'Reilly with his 8th consecutive game with a point. Justin Schultz in the second period got to the puck, and that's the last time we've seen a goal in this game at 15:28 of the second period. And now we come down to the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds. 2-1 Oilers. Varlamov on the bench. And a face-off controlled by the Oilers going for the empty net. It is in! And that will count. Wow. A win on the face-off by the Oilers, and what a chance there, Peter, because they're not short-handed.
No.
So you missed that. That's an icing call.
But did you see what happened?
That's a gutty move there.
It bounced straight up. I thought for a second they were going to get the break of all times. It's right on, and then it bounced. That went top shelf. That would have been an extraordinarily tough one for a goaltender.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because wow.
Well, empty netter. And it's still going to be empty net for the Avalanche. Still 2 minutes left to go. Anthony, 2 goals. Tanguay behind the net. The puck comes straight. Backhanded up. Not out of the zone. Shot whistled wide by Duchesne. And the puck still inside the zone. O'Reilly. Lost it to Hall. Pass up ice. Miller looking at that empty net. Makes a nice pass. And Hall shoots it into the empty net. That is 2 empty net goals for the Edmonton Oilers. And they now lead this game 4-1. And almost in a span, unless the Avs can pull off a miracle here, in a span of a week time, the Edmonton Oilers, Peter, have crushed the hopes of the Colorado Avalanche.
Absolutely. We talk about that role as a spoiler. And you look at Edmonton now, Mike, and, you know, these streaks at the end of the season, you don't want to build too much into them. They are 5-1-2. And, you know, the games have been important, and they're
going to have won, what, 4 out of the last 5 games?
Yeah.
If this holds up for the next minute 20. Everyone deserves a snow day. Get yours at Copper Mountain. The lowest lift ticket price is guaranteed on coppercolorado.com.
Well, for Joey Hishon, you could just feel the frustration. He's had a couple of real good scoring opportunities that just haven't, you know, he hadn't quite found it yet. But like you can, again, you can see the skill that this young guy has.
Those are 2 empty net goals in a span of 32 seconds for the Edmonton Oilers, and Coach Waz put Varlamov back in the net. With just a little over a minute left to go in this game. Leach tearing the puck in, makes the pass across. Corner, rolled back behind the net.
Less than 1 minute remaining in the
We're in the
period.
final minute of the game. Shot by Caron, deflects. Polya in the corner. It is awfully disappointing for the Avalanche. But I'll tell you what, you just got to give this Edmonton Oilers team a lot of credit. It is a team, you know, you hear that word tanking in the NHL about teams trying to get to finish dead last and help their cause in terms of getting that #1 overall pick. Dude, I'll tell you what, 2 games we've seen in a week span for Edmonton, they've shown they got a little something here. To their credit. Hishon backhands it towards the net. That stopped. And unfortunately for the Avalanche, they have played a couple of good games against the Avs in a week span. And this one is over. Score not indicative of how close this game was. 4-1 final. Richard Bachman, 2 consecutive starts. Peter, just 1 goal. So grew up in Highlands Ranch. A lot of family and friends here, and well, few people in the crowd enjoy this one tonight. Just friends of and family of Richard Bachman.
Very few.
Yeah, but disappointing tonight, Peter, for the Colorado Avalanche.
That's the only way to put it, because you know you know what you were looking at. You were looking at an uphill struggle, and you had to win these 2 games. There was just no getting around it. You had to win these 2 games at home because the last 3 games of the season are at home, where you got Nashville, you got Winnipeg, and you got Chicago, and
Some of the elite.
that's those are the best, some of the best clubs in the league, certainly Nashville and Chicago. So, you know, you look around and you hope that the game against San Jose is going to mean something for the Avalanche. But tonight, this is a tough one.
Sure is. Final score tonight: the Edmonton Oilers 4, the Colorado Avalanche 1. Avs will face off against the Sharks. You can watch that game on NBC Sports Wednesday night. We'll be back with you on Altitude Friday night in Anaheim. Now let's go to the studio.